4 months have passed since the South African rally cars have seen any action, and Durban in late February sees the start of the 1993 National Championship season. The Tour de Total Rally traditionally gets things started, and this year is no exception. The Durban Exhibition Centre is the starting point for this year's event, and last year's champions Serge Damso and Vito Bonafide have the honour of leading the 48-strong field off. Besides Serge and Vito, Toyota have retained the services of Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seeling in a second conquest in their all-Class A effort. While Serge leaves central Durban on his way to the first stage, Flip Wilkin, Toyota's marketing manager, explains their 1993 rally plans.
We at Toyota have been extremely busy in the off-season. We've built 2 brand new motor cars. We don't believe that they will be much different to last year, except that we've refined a lot of things. We've concentrated to make our cars much more reliable, and we've neatened up service areas. With other words, it's much easier to repair the cars should things go wrong. So our service crews have been hard at work. We believe we're ready for the new season, but time will tell. So has our opposition been busy.
Now, you are the defending champions. Obviously, you want Serge to bring back the trophies this year.
That is for sure. We believe that our teams together, we have a very good driver-navigator pairing. We believe the car's good. We believe the service crew's good. And everything must just get together, and we believe that the trophy will be ours again.
Nissan have an equally strong factory effort planned for 1993, and 2 brand new Sentra 200 STIs have been built for the teams. Hannes Grobler and Douglas Judd lead teammates Nick Duval and Guy Hodson from under the Tour de Total banners.
And this year we started with a brand new motor car. It's not just a reselling from the old car, it's new in all areas. And for the first time it also features a lot of the Sunny GTIR parts.
Peter, so just explain the GTIR, where do they come from?
The GTIR is of course the Sunny GTIR, which is the 4-wheel drive Nissan rally car, which competed very successfully last year, and it just won the Belgium rally. So we utilized some of those parts on suspension mainly. Over and above that, we managed to build the cars much lighter. They're nearly 100 kilograms lighter than our cars of last year, and you know it's all a power to weight game. On the engine side, we're also very happy. We've got in fact 2 different developments of engines in the 2 cars. The one engine is going for flat out maximum power, whereas the other engine, we've got a more reliable version in there. So in a way, we're seeing this rally maybe as a bit of an experiment, but we certainly don't see the type of teething trouble time that it took on our previous motor cars. We've tested the cars and we're very happy with them.
Volkswagen have cancelled their factory efforts for 1993, but have made one of last year's Golf Synchros available to Jannie Habik. Running as a privateer team, Jannie has secured the navigational skills of Martin Butter, who lost his job when Ford withdrew their second car for this season.
Got a deal from VW where I borrowed the car from them with a whole batch of spares early this year. So at this point in time, we're obviously looking for a major sponsor.
Now, how do you see yourself as a privateer running against the other factory cars?
Well, all the technology that we used last year obviously is to my disposal, and I'll use it.
Now, a lot of the Nissans and Toyotas are bragging about lighter weight and more power. Is your motor basically the same as last year, or have you been able to develop anything?
Now, we've done no development, but we'll most obviously try a bit harder than last year.
And how do you see your chances?
We'll give it a good go.
And give it a good go they certainly did. In car with Jannie and Martin, on stage 1, we get to witness a few moments as the crew put their Stanbrick Synchro through its paces. This short spectator stage sees Jannie pushing the Golf to its full potential. The effort pays off, and Jannie and Martin share the equal fastest time with Nissan's Nick Duval and Guy Hodson.
You're 1:18. 18. Okay.
Stage is won in a time of 1 minute and 18 seconds. The Toyotas both score a 1 minute 20. Ford have retained the services of Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Bosse for this rally season, but have reduced the team to one car only, effectively leaving Glenn Hall without a drive. Sarel and Frans get right down to business, keeping the Ford up in the Class A contention. The Sasol Laser scores the second fastest time of 1 minute 19 seconds. Leon Butter and Francois Jourdain unintentionally turn their Class B Golf into a sandstorm as their back door unlatches and turns into an ineffective spoiler. It's north and into the sugarcane fields as the route for day one takes the rally up the coast to the Stanger area, where it about turns and retraces the N2 south to Durban. Serge drops back in the field and Hannes Grobler leads the way in his Sentra on special stage 2. Although the Sentra's posted good times on the tight stage 1, the geometry of the cars needs much work. Having taken extra service time, Serge slots in between the two Nissans and sets up a time on stage of 3 minutes and 5 seconds, which no one else can beat. Nick de Waal is finding his Nissan as much of a handful as his teammate. Nick spins the Sentra in stage 2, losing 15 valuable seconds to the leaders. Nissan team manager Peter de Waal looks on anxiously as his two drivers battle to keep on the pace being set up front. While looking spectacular to the spectators, the seconds start mounting as the drivers fight the car on every turn. While Ford have retained their cars from last season, a much improved Cosworth motor is at work under the bonnet. With only one car entered, Glenn Hall's skills have been put to good use in the engineering department, giving the old Laser new life. Behind the four-wheel drive cars, a number of Golf 16 valve entries do battle in Class B. Leon Butter and Francois Jourdain are expected to come face-to-face with Jurgens Nel and Marty Olivier. At only 21 years of age, Jurgens came very close to winning the national championship last year. The Class C battle became an all-privateer affair late last year when Toyota withdrew the two factory entries. The Italians Peter Altasky and Alan Bissett arrived at the start of the Tour de Total rally with a well-prepared car and some local knowledge. A host of skilled Class D competition arrived in Durban for the Tour de Total. Terry Brandt and Jeff Tyrer know they have their work cut out as they push their Golf slightly over the limit in stage 3. The spectators stay put, awaiting the arrival of Enzo Kuhn, who, despite running well back in the field, manages an impressive time on stage 3. Nearly 20 minutes of extra service time have been used by the Conquest crew to sort out a few teething problems. News of Enzo's pace soon has the Class A competition abuzz.
Enzo, the end of stage 3, you just did a blistering time in the last stage, virtually setting the cane field alight. What do you think of the pace of the rally so far?
Yes, Glenn, well, my rally finally came together. We started off with some throttle spot problems, and then we had gear linkage, then we had Ralph Chadwick roll in front of us. We had a super stage now. I think the pace will still pick up later. The guys are still finding their feet after the long vacation we had.
You had a very good stage this last stage, 2 seconds quicker than Serge. How do you feel?
I'm basically just trying to stay at the front or around the front, and let's see how many of us can still be running at this pace at the end.
Nick de Waal brings his Sentra in with an electrical problem. The fault, which would strand the average motorist for hours, is found and repaired in seconds by the experts on hand. Heading south and now on stage 6, Serge and Vito prepare to start the 7-kilometer dash, having just secured the fastest time on the previous stage. Running behind Jannie Habik on the scoreboard, Hannes Grobler and Douglas Judd battle to come to terms with the teething problems on the new car.
16:07:37.
And to add to their frustration, a puncture on stage 6 loses the Nissan crew a full minute on scored time. Enzo and Johan, on the other hand, quickly adapt to the extra power Toyota found from the 2-litre power plant under the bonnet and have put it to effective use on the sugarcane stages. With the stage win ahead of them on 6, day 1 looks to be in the bag for the young Toyota crew.
Enzo, you must have been doing a lot of practice over the Christmas period. Do you still feel that everybody else is sleeping a little, or is the pace really hot?
The pace is there, Glenn. Basically now between me and my teammate Serge and Sarel, we have been testing a bit, and I had the opportunity to do a regional event, which I think really made the difference. But I think we're pretty much on the pace now, and tomorrow in the forest it's going to be a tough dice.
Do you see Serge or Sarel being your main opposition tomorrow?
Definitely Serge.
Guy Hodgson, your duties as a co-driver have been extended somewhat. What happened at the start of the last day?
Oh, 50 metres into the stage, the throttle cable broke. So once we got under the bonnet, we actually discovered it had actually completely broken. So I decided to get into the bonnet and operate the thing manually with my own hands, while Nick looked through the hole in the bonnet and steered.
So, and this is the damage that happened to your hand?
Yeah, by the end of the stage, my feet were smoking because my shoes were catching fire on the exhaust, and got some blisters and things, and a bit burnt.
How much time did we lose?
1 minute 30.
You had any trouble today?
No. Test was free, lots of frights, but no major problems with the car.
Your plans for tomorrow, are you going to intend to still try and beat the Class B cars, or just settle for a Class C win?
Our main objective is a Class C win, and to do well as a privateer. So we'll certainly try and pick off the Class B privateers, but leave Jörg if Jörg gets up, and if he's on his way, then we'll let him go.
So the scoreboard, after 7 stages, looks like an all-Toyota affair. Sarel van der Merwe and Jannie Habik are on the same minute as the Toyotas, but they'll need to move up a gear to stay in contention. Altersky and Bissett hold an impressive 6th overall, and they lead the Class B competition in their Class C car. Day 2 sees the cars ready for an early morning start at the Alexandra Park stage in Pietermaritzburg. Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seeling have earned the honour of starting ahead of the 41 remaining crews. The day's route encompasses previously unused forest stages around the Howick and Richmond areas, after which the rally moves to the south coast for the final 4 stages. Alexandra Park proves challenging for the drivers, who have to momentarily adapt to the all-tar stage before getting back on the dirt. Enzo's luck turned on this stage when the Conquest suffered a flat front tyre, costing the crew valuable seconds in the process. Serge Damso showed good form under the misty Pietermaritzburg skies. Running on slick tyres, Serge, well known for his track racing experience, threw the Toyota around the Alexandra Park bends, which were first raced on back in the 1940s. Another driver, well known for his racing career, Sarel van der Merwe and Frans Boshoff, holding on tight. Jannie Habik and Martin Butter, well aware of the task on hand. Hannes Grobler attacks the narrow tar roads with vengeance. Their task now to make up the time lost on the first 7 stages. With the car not handling as well as it should, Hannes pushes the Sentra past its limit and puts the car into an uncontrollable spin. Almost 14 seconds are lost as Hannes battles to restart the engine. Italians Altersky and Bissett going flat out to stay sandwiched between the Class A and Class B competition. Jürgen Snell and Marty Olivier leading Class B and currently 8th overall. Ninth overall and 7th in Class A, John and Cherry Sanders in their privately entered 2-wheel drive Golf. 10th place, Glenn Durman and Dave Lukowitz in their Class C Toyota Conquest. They're currently 2nd in their class. 11th overall and losing oil fast. Uta and Jordan cling to their second Class B position. Third in Class B, local boys Tony Ball and Tony Babb with a bad start to the day. 14th overall and leading the 1600cc Class D cars are Terry Brandt and Jeff Tyrer. The Class D competition is close and has been joined by Paolo Piazza Musso and Neil Watt in their privately entered Uno.